After what was a pretty extended break from Medved following our Diamond Musteer, I thought it was finally time we come back and give it another shot, and we've been doing a lot with like loadouts and stuff recently, and one thing that I at least don't remember ever doing is taking a diamond on Medved with the Winter Camo crossbow, and we may have gotten a diamond with it, but I don't think we ever did so on this map, so I think that could be fun. And this server is actually the very beginning of Brown Bear and Musteer drink time, which I almost never hunt. I usually start at just 5 AM, so it could be interesting, but I thought we'd do multiplayer after, I don't know, 450 Musteer over the course of several months on Medved. That's pretty much the only thing I did, and I don't imagine there's a whole lot going on our single player map, so we're going to give multiplayer a shot and see if we can come up with anything. So maybe not the best thing to start with, since we've not even gotten to fire the crossbow yet, but we have what actually is a good sized level 2 Musteer out here. With the score only going up to 225, he definitely doesn't have a chance of being like a level 2 diamond, but I'd like to get him. The thing is, the wind is not good, and I mean, we can get into 90 meters and the bottom dot on the crossbow scope will be on for that, but it's still a pretty small target to hit, so we'll try to get right on 90 and give it a shot anyway. That's about as good as we can do to be like right on the range. And we'll also just crouch up, because there's certain areas where the ice just kind of catches your shot. And then bottom dot here. That looked absolutely perfect. So as long as I'm not wrong that the 420 grain bolts are good for Musteer, which they should be, I think their class is 2 to 7. That's going to be our first kill of the hunt, being a gold Musteer, which quite honestly I wasn't sure if we'd get any of. Just because you can't really call them in, there's the scent and that's it. I wasn't sure that we'd shoot a Musteer at all, but when he was that decent size, I figured it was worth going for. And yeah, 216, kind of top of the lungs, so I wanted to keep it down low just in case, and I think that was necessary. But that's not a bad start. I really didn't think we'd have anything like that. I think this might be as good a time as any to introduce the gun that we're carrying. So I brought the muzzleloader, and it pretty much only is for the lynx, just because they're a bit of a pain to call. And should we run into, say, like another rare female or even a level 9, I think we probably are going to go with the muzzleloader, so just to kind of see, 120 meters. Head aim like a little high there, but pretty sure that's down through the lungs. And I don't imagine we're going to get a lot of use out of it, because good-sized or rare lynx are pretty hard to come by, but I just kind of wanted something that wasn't just the crossbow. So there's other uses where we might need it, but the plan is to only really use it on the lynx. But actually, our first 2 kills are max weight estimate animals. Definitely both towards the lower end, but 2 golds to start with. Can't complain about that. This could actually get kind of interesting. So we have a level 7 Spirit Brown Bear down there, and I want to call him in and try to get him, but I'm actually not sure what they'll do with this. So they might just kind of come into the call and then stand around towards the bottom of this, because it's way too steep for them to climb. But they might also try to go up and around. At least initially. That one's kind of just coming this way. All we gotta do is get it into like 90 again. Closer would be better. But if they try to go all the way up and around, which actually, it's looking more that way, we're not going to be in the best spot then. I guess we can kind of pay attention to where the first one goes, since the Spirit was behind it. But I really didn't know what they would do here, and I was kind of as interested to see what they would do as I was to try to get him. Now he's coming out that way, though. I mean, that's doable. But this one's kind of getting closer. Let's see then. If we just call a little longer, will he actually just kind of come straight to the base of this? That is a melanistic. I kind of snuck down here to get a little closer. I mean, it's just a female, but still cool. Maybe 60 meters. If we go between, that would be okay, because it's a 20 meter difference. What did she just stop at? That's going to be 56. I don't love a frontal shot where we're shooting in between, because that's kind of an opportunity to accidentally hit her in the skull or something. And the wind's fine. I don't know where she was hiding though, because I thought we looked at everything. Kind of surprised to see that, but she's almost into 30. We'll zero for that. And then, actually what we can probably do is hit a call and stop her, or she'll stop on her own. So, she'll look back the other way. Her head's kind of in the way of where I want to shoot right now. Okay. Still got close to the skull, but it's into a lung. It should be fine. And are you aggressive? You are. Gonna just not, I think, with that. Kind of surprised we got the brain shot to begin with. And then, did we mess up and hit our melanistic in the skull? I mean, again, it's not gonna matter, it's a female, but would like to get, I guess it would be a bronze out of her if we could. That's not a great sign where the bull's just kind of sitting there. And we did, though, just get past her skull. Got her into a lung, and it was even a silver. So I know we have some of these taxidermized. I mean, I guess it can't hurt to have another one, and if we find somewhere to put it, we can have it. But that's a pretty cool little find. I'm really only up here in this area, like by the mountain, to pass time and let reindeer get into their drink time, which they are now, so we can go and do that, but that was an extra bonus to get a rare out of it. So we just switched servers, and it's the later reindeer drink time right now. It's about 1800, and we might at least have our opportunity at a diamond with the Arctic Camo crossbow. So I came up to the big lake, and right out here in front of us, if we can spot him, is a level 5 reindeer, 374 to 453 on the estimate, but I think those are diamond antlers, so we're going to try this. We're going to sneak in and start calling. And I mean, we saw earlier with the musk deer, even if we can't be hidden, the crossbow is quite accurate out to like 90 meters, and we can get him closer than that with a call, so even without any kind of brush out here to hide in, I think we can manage this. 40 meters, he's still calm. I imagine he's going to start to know we're here soon. I can't believe he's still just sitting there calm, but I guess now he's attentive. He's going to go alert in a second. Once he stops again, see if we can just stick a bolt right in his heart, and hopefully that guy's going to make it. And I was thinking as he was kind of walking in there, we used to hunt this map a lot more, and a level 5 reindeer was a pretty common sight. But now it's actually kind of cool to see one, because we just spend most of our time elsewhere. And I'm trying to make sure we get a screenshot with the bolt actually lit up. And let's see if this guy is actually going to make it for us. And he does, 436. What is that, 6 above diamond? Managed to heart shot him and everything. Pretty cool. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that just yet. I think we have like 3 or 4 diamond reindeer in the lodge. So we'll have to see. But I bet he's bigger than at least one of them. So I figured we might actually just stay here and look for lynx a little bit. And of course, we actually have a couple of good-sized reindeer out here. So after struggling to find any, we find a level 5 and then a couple of good-sized 4s. And I think that one on the right, just pretty much because he's so unique looking, I want to try to go for that one. And as long as we can get into the brush here, and as long as he'll actually come into a call, should be fine to get him in crossbow range. He is just determined to not get really any closer than that. Every time he does, he walks closer and then actually just ends up farther away. That is so lucky. I figured we'd just go for that. And he turned away, and I think, if anything, made that a better shot, because we were kind of risking single lung and then going back into the intestines. But at that, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was double lung. He turned perfectly to catch that like right behind the shoulder. I want to see. I mean, that looks like he was perfectly broadside and everything worked as planned. He was kind of turning away a bit more. But yeah, just caught that right through both lungs. He was 390, which is higher scoring than I would have thought with that rack. So not too bad. But good to get a couple of decent reindeer now, and since it is lynx drink time, we'll go around a little bit and see what we can get for that. There are just so many female lynx on this map. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I have yet to actually see a male. But since she's running by, I think we can make that shot. Had to lead her a little extra because it's the muzzleloader, but we got to do that on Parquet a couple of weeks ago, and that little bit of information has been useful a couple of times on running shots since then. It's always so tough to tell with them, like, it's this lighter kind of common fur type that looks so similar to the piebald, because the pieballs just have like a little extra white, pretty much just there behind the shoulders, so I'm trying to pay extra attention to those. And at least when that one was running by that close, I was pretty sure it was a common, but can't hurt to take them out. I really don't know if we were just missing the male lynx, or if there just aren't many on this map, or what was going on, because I never did see one. But the host left, and I thought after more time spent just seeing a bunch of female lynx that we'd make it brown bear drink time. And we do have a level 7 out here, and the one earlier, we ended up shooting a melanistic instead. So I think that'll be a good thing to try to end on. And the wind is, I think, shifting south. So the sooner we can get him in here, the better. Although I wouldn't prefer that he goes that way. Even, I mean, 90 meters is all we need. So even if the wind isn't great, being fully hidden, at least we should be able to get fully hidden in here, I think 90 meters will be doable, even if he's directly downwind. I think what we'll do is just kind of watch, because he's attentive now. Maybe it's best we go for that. That was like 60-something. Starting to go alert. What kind of animation was that? I think he started to stand up. So, to my knowledge, since we used the 600 grain bolts, that will bring him down. We hit him in the foot, I think. So, it might take a while. And I mean, maybe if he tries to come back nervous, we can hit him again, because the wind has shifted completely south. So we could actually get on the far side and try to catch him if he does come back. But I just want to know where that hit, because that's what I was going to try to avoid, was him standing up. That's why we took the shot quickly, but he had decided to right as we went for it. I don't even know where he went. His health is dropping, and I don't like that. I've got the muzzleloader ready to go. I don't know if he's trotting or fleeing, because it says nervous. Can we just get a shot in the lungs and save that gold? Because I think it was going to kill him when he went down to 0 to 25. And then especially when he started running like that, I kind of think that meant he was going to eventually die from that shot. And not really a big deal whether we get the gold or not, but since him being a level 7 guarantees it as long as we actually make the shot, I figured we might as well. And the biggest thing is, I just want to know what actually happened. Can't see the bolt there. He was lifting one of his back legs walking along. So, okay, we hit actually what I think would have been pretty good, but he just started standing up enough that we were under the lungs and heart and got him in the back leg there. But yeah, double lung with the muzzleloader was enough to save our gold. And after all that, we still have to go back to the trophy lodge for our reindeer, but that was a unexpected way to end. Sometimes I guess I just forget that this room exists, because I had a Diamond Bathytes Ibex on the wall here, and it was kind of just a placeholder. So instead of taking down one of the other diamond reindeer, we have this guy in here now, and I like that. I like kind of what it does for the room with the added antler, and I'm still not sure with the rare whitetail if we're going to keep them or not, but for the moment we had a better spot to actually put him. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.